Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are enjoying your day. Well, honey, we got a this latest drama between Kelvin and Wendy's guardian, court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Marcy. So on Friday, Kelvin showed up to court, honey, looking right and tight in his suit, with a smile on his face, and he brought a forensic accountant to court because we know that Kelvin has filed a motion in court against the court court-appointed guardian of Sabrina Marcy. He wants to see Wendy's books. He wants to know why Wendy's accounts have allegedly been depleted, and Sabrina Marcy is a shady character. Now, when it comes to Kelvin, now we all know that whatever Kelvin is going through in his life right now, be it economic or personal relationship or whatever Kelvin's going through, he deserves it. Because in my opinion, as well as the opinions of others, he is the one that set this whole thing in motion anyway, right? But anyway, like I said, he showed up to court Friday with his forensic accountant demanding for the second time that Sabrina Marcy and her lawyers turn over Wendy's books because he wants to see the books because he's suing for unpaid spousal support, right? And because he's suing for unpaid spousal support, he has absolutely every right to demand these books, right? So he goes into court Saturday, and he speaks to the judge about the case again. Now, according to the Sun, and of course we know this is not the first time that this has been brought up to court. But like I said, Friday, Kelvin showed up to court again, and the judge seemed to be very understanding when it comes to this case. And also when it comes to Kelvin, I don't think he feeling Sabrina either. But he says pretty much, I know that this is a difficult case, for a lot of different reasons. It's difficult both for both of the parties, but also because of Wendy's physical, mental, and financial issues, right? And so when it comes to that, nobody knows what Wendy is technically except for the guardian, right? Except for the court appointed guardian. Her family doesn't know what she is. Kelvin doesn't know what she is. Her son doesn't know what she is. Nobody knows what Wendy is except for the guardian. And I don't understand why this guardian, if she's not doing anything wrong, is keeping Wendy away from her family when she is going through early onset dementia and in some facility, supposedly in some facility, somewhere in the world, right? So that's strange in and of itself. But anyway, according to the Sun, the judge also said it's difficult for both parties, and both parties need to have this resolved. The judge said, before continuing, I think the case needs to go to arbitration. Now, Kevin doesn't want this to go to arbitration, and rightfully so. They already tried mediation, but anyway, Kevin told the judge that he feels the matter is an emergency or emergent, right? He went on to cite Sabrina being named as a defendant in a case that accuses her of being involved in a racketeering scheme involving another ward who is not under her guardianship. And the reason why he brought that up is because she's not only being involved in a racketeering scheme, she's also allegedly being brought up on RICO charges, right? And there is a actual judge involved, and this judge right here um, allegedly awards Sabrina with these guardians, and as long as she's allegedly getting some type of payoff, she's going to show favor to Sabrina Marcy when it comes to these guardianship cases. Now we know that when Wendy was in Florida, she was doing just fine with her son, and this judge right here, allegedly ordered Wendy to come back to New York. And as soon as she came back to New York, she started going downhill. So I'm assuming this is allegedly involving Sabrina Marcy, Wendy's guardian, and this alleged RICO case, right? And so this is what Kelvin is talking about. So Kelvin also went to his social media and he's upset with a couple of things on social media. He's saying that this is not going to be his legacy. In reference to what's going on with Wendy right now, he says everybody is watching him. Not only Wendy's family, not only his son, but his daughter and his lady, and he wants these quote unquote angry women to stay off his social media site, and he wants them to go find them something to do, right? Because basically he's standing on business, for Wendy and their legacy. He is still saying that it's their legacy, right? And the interesting thing about Kelvin, he had the nerve to say that Black China was enabling Wendy, and if Black China needed to go somewhere and sit down before he really spilled the tea on her. But I'm thinking, how in the world is Kevin gonna call Black China an enabler when he been enabling Wendy since they've been married? Because if you guys can remember in Wendy's first book, she told us about how she met Kevin and the way she met Kelvin back in the day when she before she became the Wendy Williams show when she was just doing radio. The way that she met Kelvin was in New York, and he was her dealer at one point in time. And eventually they hooked up, and from the hookup they got married, right? So anyway, Kelvin should be the one to work this out, right? It's the least that he could do. And in this case, like I said, he deserving everything he can get. But in my opinion, when it comes to Wendy, that Kelvin, in this case, when it comes to Wendy's finances and where Wendy is, he's the lesser of two evils. And I say that I use that term loosely, right? So anyway, when it comes to Sabrina, though, according to the Sun, and Kevin alleged to the judge, he told the judge that, quote, Miss Marcy is under a RICO investigation, and there is a lot of malfeasance, right? Meaning she real shady, right? That's why she under the RICO charges, right? I'm gonna say allegedly, right? He says, quote, I have no problem with arbitration. I just want the documents from the finances, he told the judge, right? So, like I said, they went through mediation. Now they're having to go through arbitration. I don't understand why Kelvin is having to jump through all these hoops. See, number one, also the reason why I use the term Lucy, that he is the lesser of two evils when it comes to Sabrina. I really think that Wendy's family is standing behind Kelvin, and that is why Kelvin is so gung ho when it comes to leading this charge against this Marcy lady. Because at the end of the day, I think that Wendy family really at the end of the day want to know what's what is going on with Wendy. Where is Wendy? Why does it have to be top secret if you ain't doing nothing wrong, Sabrina girl? Anyway, Kevin went on to allege that Sabrina has claimed Wendy has no money. But he then claimed that Wendy made nearly $500,000 from her involvement in the Lifetime docuseries, in the child in the Lifetime docuseries, Where is Wendy Williams, right? So I don't even before the $500,000 that she received from her documentary, Where's Wendy Williams, which Kevin don't appreciate. He said nothing good came out of it, and I think that the reason why he said that is because it doesn't like the way that he was depicted in the documentary, right? But other than that, Wendy is supposed allegedly is supposed to have reportedly was allegedly supposed to have 40+ million in Wells Fargo when at the time of Wells Fargo um freezing her accounts. And I'm wondering if Wells Fargo is allegedly involved with these RICO charges concerning Shirley, right? Her being in the guardianship and the money's being depleted and stuff, right? So if Wendy has been in bad health and in a facility all this time, why is it that the guardian is not paying Wendy's bills? Right? Wendy now owes money to the U.S. government. Her condo is about to be repossessed. Because Sabrina is not paying any of Wendy's bills. She's not giving any monies to Wendy's son. Her son lost his apartment and his car. He had to move back home to Florida as well because he wasn't, Wendy wasn't supporting him anymore. And if Wendy wasn't doing nothing, she was taking care of not only her son, but also Kelvin. And if Wendy would have been right in her right frame of mind, I hate to say it, but Kelvin still would have been getting money out of her, right? Even though he got a child with the side chick, right? It's just a fact. And but where is the money, honey? Where is the money? And moreover, where in the world is Wendy? And this guardian got a lot to hide, right? So anyway, he goes on to say when we were in mediation, because remember I said they went to mediation first, that was when Wendy was in an agreement with Lifetime and getting paid 500,000. Kevin told the judge. He said while they were actually going through mediation, is during the time of the Wendy Williams documentary, and that's when she got the $500,000. So Wendy never technically, seen the $500,000. The Guardian did. Okay, so I'm thinking, what, child? Then Kevin goes on to you know, talk about Sabrina. No, Sabrina. Some more says Sabrina has been telling us, um, as they asking for the bank records. She's supposed to give them the bank records and the retirement accounts. She's done none of that yet. She ain't released none of that information that she is, I think she needs to be court ordered to turn this over. That's what I'm thinking. She said, quote, there has been gross negligence as far as her being a guardian, talking about Serena, and I agree with that. And he said, Kevin said, I don't trust this woman. You know what I mean? Sabrina's rebuttal, they say, was short. The Sun says she denied knowledge of the RICO case. Kevin referred to then speaking specifically to Wendy's supposed lifetime earnings. The Guardian said, quote unquote, I disagree with Mr. Hunter's statement. So she was brief. She didn't say a lot, but she denied it, right? The judge went on to explain to Kevin that despite any allegations against the Guardian, that doesn't make this case an emergent case. It doesn't, even though she's allegedly under RICO charges, the judge is saying that when it comes to this case is not an emergency, and I'm gonna need y'all to go through arbitration, right? So Kevin then continued and said, the Guardian and Wendy's counsel, have not given me reason for stopping the payments. And he's talking about his spousal support payments, right? And according to the Sun, basically he's saying, Kevin, it said at the conclusion of the hearing, Kevin walked out of the courtroom with a big smile on his face while Sabrina looked fairly stressed. The reason why Sabrina looked fairly stressed is because the judge was quite understanding when it came to Kevin's arguments, right? And Kevin said, I don't trust this woman, okay? And he's saying it in regards to Wendy Williams' guardian, Sabrina Marcy. The Sun goes on to say, as the Sun previously reported, Wendy's guardian has asked the judge to put a gag order on her ex, a request Judge Katz was not entertaining during Friday's hearing. So the judge refused to put a gag order on this case, right? And so Sabrina always want to keep stuff private. I don't understand. She got to keep Wendy in a private location. She want to put a gag order on Kelvin. You know what I mean? But if she has nothing to hide, why does she want to put a gag order on this case? Why won't she release those documents to Kevin and his forensic person, right? His forensic accountant. So all in all, it seems to me that in this case right here, if Kevin can bring justice for Wendy financially and find out where Wendy is so that she can get back to her family, I think that he is the lesser of the two evils when it comes to him and Sabrina at this point in time. I don't know what Sabrina got up her sleeve, but they sure are doing Wendy wrong, right? From the judge that ordered her back to New York to this guardian, this whole scheme that they got going on, keeping her away from her family. You can't be in a facility and be kept away from your family. You're only going to deteriorate any further. And don't nobody know what they doing to Wendy in this facility. Okay, are they feeding her? Is she getting proper health care? I mean, like, what's going on? Are they mistreating her? Nobody knows what's going on because Sabrina is keeping it a secret. Is she even in a facility? We don't even know any of this. No, not even her family knows any of this. So I hope Kelvin gets what he wants. I hope he can make this thing right because at the End of the day, that is the least he can do for all that he put Wendy through. But anyway, guys, that's all I got. Please like, share, and subscribe. When you subscribe to the channel, please hit the notifications bell so that you'll be notified when I drop another video. And let me know what y'all think about this ongoing saga, between Kelvin and Sabrina Marcy, Wendy's guardian. Um, and let me know what you think about what's going on with Wendy in general, because we love Wendy Williams over here. Okay, that's all I got. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. You guys have a great, safe day. Bye bye. Peace.